before I get into it, here to let everyone know that I'm back. I took a little break, of course, but I've been popping up videos here and there. I've been working on some fashions. I've been working on a new website. I've been working on some artwork, whole lot of things going on, right? But here nor there, this is another business of mine, so I must attend to it because it needs attending to, right? So check it out. I'm back today to do a custom request for Dewana Isidore, who wants to know, about Pisces women and Scorpio men. Okay, so this is what I have to say about this compatibility or this pairing. It's really going to detail this, right? To give you more of a strong explanation of it, I'm going to ask you to find out where your Pisces is and where your potential significant other or your significant other's Scorpio is. And the reason why I say that is because I had to parallel this to myself. And to give you an example, like for example, I'm a Pisces sun, right? However, my Pisces is in the 7th house. So for me, my core being, the things that what I naturally desire or I naturally have an inclination to, they are based upon relationships. So for me being a Pisces, everything that a Pisces entails or everything that is Piscean about me is really largely based on how I merge with other people and how I build relationships with other people. Right? See, so that's me. So a lot of the time when we talk about 7th house, when we talk about Libra and relationships, we're really talking about business relationships as well. So for me, that actually protects me in a way because as a Pisces, I can be so, I could be so involved, or should you say, or I could be so absorbing of what's around me that I don't necessarily use the discernment to determine what is a relationship, what's not a relationship, where the boundaries are, and things of that nature. Now, that would be the case if my Pisces was somewhere else, right? I'm just talking about a Piscean nature altogether. However, because I'm placed in the 7th house like that, I'm able to make those discernments of who's who, what is for what, for why, and things of that nature, right? So the reason why I say this is because, all right, let's look at Scorpio man, right? He's a fixed energy. He's fixated on something. Scorpios and Scorpio energy, period, is fixated on one thing, and they can stay determined on that one thing and push it all the way through. And now, to better understand this energy, I want you to look at your chart, figure out where your Scorpio is, because as a Pisces woman, I believe you are the Pisces. Or even if you're asking for a friend, as a Pisces woman, you're going to be able to embody all of the signs and all of the houses anyway. So check where your Scorpio is inside of your chart, and then use that to understand where you are actually fixated at, or where are the things that that you may obsess over. And even if you don't want to tell anybody, like where is that place inside of your chart, so you can understand the Scorpio energy better, because you'll be able to do it faster than other signs will be able to do so. And understand that this is how the Scorpio man works, okay? So a tip that I can tell you for being a Pisces is to, if you're not in this relationship yet, right, pinpoint what this Scorpio obsesses over already, all right? And then you'll be able to make a better decision, or better determination, a better assessment of what that Scorpio man is going to obsess over within you, okay? Because a lot of the times you'll find out that the thing that they obsess over in everyday life, you're going to possess some of those characteristics, and that is what makes him attracted to you. Okay, so pinpoint that, and then ask yourself, can you go a long distance? Can you go a long ways with this? Because you are going to be his object of affection. Okay, so, and it might bug you out, Pisces, because you may see that this Scorpion energy is going to be obsessed over you, possessive of you, and at the same time be detached from you. All right, so this is kind of how like a Scorpio man works. It's like, oh, okay, you could be a freak, but you got to be my freak. Okay, or you could be a savage, but you got to be my savage. Or you could be a ladylike lady, all right, but you got to be my ladylike lady. You understand what I'm talking about? And once they understand that they have that cultured and cultivated inside of their significant other, they're out and about and doing their thing. And when I say out and about and doing their thing, I mean exactly what it is that they are obsessed over. So it's probably going to be career driven. Like, I can give you an example of a friend that I know, right? A dude, Scorpio man. He always would talk about how, he changed his life around. He flipped his life around. He was a dedicated worker, right? So he's the guy who shows up at the job punctual. He's ready to work. He networks with the other people to make sure that they get other jobs. He's really on the ball when it comes to stuff like that. So he's determined on the work. That's definite, right? And he wants to have this lady that he comes home to. So, he would make it clear that, He had a lot of prospects. And we definitely had a few, I tell you that. And he would weigh them out. And after he would talk with all of them, he'd sit and talk with me, and he'd he'd say this one is that one, this one is that one, but this one only pops up when something's going on with their other boyfriend that they're trying to break up with, but they haven't exactly broken up with, and all of this. And he's just trying to make the best decision out of his prospects for him because he is that determined. So what I'm saying is a Scorpio man will get rid of the things that don't serve him and take on the things that do serve him. Okay, so it's really like it's the process of elimination. It's really like that Pluto energy that says, okay, this has to go. You know what I mean? And their criteria, should we say, will depend upon their level of transformation. So like I said, this guy was transforming, right? He was turning a new leaf, and he decided that he wanted a one-woman relationship. Like, he was bent on this. Like, this is what he had to have. He had to have his work ethic, and he wanted to come home to one woman, and one woman who fit his criteria. Okay, so as a Pisces who is mutable, right, you have to ask yourself, where do you fit in this, and how do you fit in this? Because the same way that they can show that type of distance when they get their partner, because once a Scorpio man has you, it's like that's when they really start showing the distance, right? Okay, I got you. You work at this time, you be home at this time, you get the kids at this time. Okay, so now I know everything. Now I can go because it's fixed, right? Everything's fixed. They know exactly where everything is and when it's happening. For you, it's a different story, right? And you may be nice as a Pisces by saying, okay, yeah, this is cute. Somebody cares about me. Somebody cares about me. But eventually, you may come to the time or the point where you say, well, this person really cares about me a lot. You know what I mean? To the point where it's kind of smothering to your natural tendency as a Pisces. Not to as where you don't like this person, not to as you don't love this person, not to as you don't adore this person. It's just to the point where, like, what happened to my life? Like, what am I doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can absorb all of that intense Scorpion energy to the point where your plants are dying, or, just using that as an example. Like, what are you doing? You understand what I'm talking about? And as a mutable energy, naturally, and also a sensitive one that absorbs so much, that is sensitive to the environment, you have to understand how you're going to maneuver in this relationship and test it on the Scorpio man to figure out if he can handle it, right? Because you have to be in your well-being, you have to be in your element. If not, you can get sick, Pisces. Like, this is how some Pisces get sick, or they go into bouts of depression, Piscean energy, period. And then they get into these irritable moods, and when those mood swings happen, people think that they're like the craziest people in the universe. And it's because a lot of the times Pisces, well, I'll say some of the time, because a lot of Pisces are direct. When you bother them, if something bothers them, they tell you right there on the spot. They want to get it over with, right? It's not more like Aquarius or harboring. And even a Scorpio may even harbor some things, some resentment towards you because they're like building a case. But Pisces can also have that tendency. Pisces can also go around and say, you know what, just to avoid conflict, I'm not going to speak about this. I'm not going to say anything about this. But what happens is, as you heard of the saying, the more you allow, the more that it will continue, right? So this is why sometimes Pisces and Piscean energy gets a bad rap for exploding on people, is because you didn't say nothing in the time when it was occurring in small bouts. All right, so as a mutable energy, and you know that you are more scattered than this fixed energy is, you have to be in that element. You have to remain elusive, because I'm gonna tell you right now, that's one of the things that had this Scorpion energy attracted to you as well, is being elusive. Not showing all of your cards, or not even showing all of your cards. A Pisces sun definitely can be so charismatic that a person that is observing them think like, oh, they got them all figured out. And then all of a sudden, there's so much more to this person, and you're like, nah, I gotta keep digging. And especially dealing with a Scorpio, right? So the Scorpion energy is gonna be like, nah, I gotta keep digging. Like, this person really is a mystery. Like, I just spoke to them for 3 hours on the phone. However, this person still got some depth to them. And that's going to be you. That's actually going to be your leverage over the Scorpio man. Don't trip out there, Scorpio man, because you guys got a lot of leverage on people too. But I'm just giving this is a Piscean question. So, this is also for a Scorpio man to hear as well. All right. So listen to both sides of the spectrum here, because You both want to be in your best element so you can be your best for each other. You understand what I'm talking about? Pisces, you're going to have to keep that elusiveness about you. You're going to have to keep some secretive things about you. Because, this is what's going to make the union work well, is because a Scorpio likes secrets. House of secrets, 8th house. Pisces, house of confidential information, 12th house. You guys are like peas in a pod, right? However, it's just like, 8th house is here, 12th house is over here. Scorpio's like, hold on, do you know more stuff than I know? You know more secrets than me. Nah, I got to get to know you. All right, so this is what I mean by leverage. You want to keep the spark going in a relationship. Don't get them bored with you. And this is the real deal. Like, they'll still stick it out with you because they can, they become obsessive and they really like loyalty. So you can find some Scorpio men in relationships that don't really even serve them anymore, and this is where they fail to transform. All right, so this elusiveness, this swimming around and about and here and there, surprise your Scorpion man one time and don't be there at a certain time. Or pick up the kids early one day, shock your Scorpio man just so they can understand, so they can get off balance a bit and question something, you know what I mean? And it's not that they're going to get all crazy, don't listen to that, you know what I mean? It's just going to let them know that, listen, there's more to this Piscean person than they're showing you, because a Pisces energy also has a good way of showing people what they want them to see and not showing them the other stuff, right? So this also creates this illusion. I would say delusion, however, for a Pisces, it's not a delusion, it's illusion that's created. So, you become that person's dream. You become everything that person wants you to be for them, right? However, you have this whole total duality thing going on over here that they have to get to know and they have to dig in order to get to know it. You know what I'm saying? So they'll figure out, Scorpio man is going to figure out their boundaries, or your boundaries if you have any Pisces in the process. You know what I mean? But you have to, the bottom line is you have to show that you're not just 24/7 head over heels over the Scorpion energy, because then they're going to know that they have conquered. All right, this is a personal power dominance sign here, and once they have conquered, they're like, okay, this is my thing over here. I have this. I have this. I possess it. Right, not so much as a Taurus does, but as I said, it's their object of affection. You are, so you have to morph. Right? Don't let them understand that, oh, okay, you can't change into something else. You are the chameleon. And once you stop changing colors, then you may find yourself being irritated because your subconscious is going to be telling you that you're not evolving. All right? You have to evolve. Your subconscious is going to be telling you, it's going to be coming right from up here. Like, what are you doing lately? Why are you not feeling yourself right now? Right? Have you been looking at the stars? Have you been checking into your chi? Have you been doing your studies? Have you been reading? Have you been doing yoga? Have you been taking care of yourself? Or are you just wrapped up in all of this intense Scorpio energy? Right? So this is why I say that. But back to what I was saying in the beginning, right? Figure out what house your Pisces is in. Figure out what house that person Scorpio is in if you can. And these things will make a whole lot of difference, because you'll know where you're more compatible at. And use my example if you have to. Once again, with the 7th house, I build my Piscean energy a lot on relationships, creativity, as you can see. When I work with other people, a lot of contracting going on and stuff like that. And it could be, Venus is exalted in Pisces, so it could be like a real loving thing and everything. However, as I said, to be grounded and to make sense of where Pisces is in my chart, I utilize the 7th house power, so that I don't get, just lost in absorbing everything in my environment. So I hope this helps. And if there's anything that I left out, you think I may have left out, or something that more specific that you want to touch on. Did I say that right? More specific that you want to touch on. I'm speaking kind of quick today. Then get in the comment box. You know how I do. All right. For everybody else who's just made these great requests and comments lately, I'm getting around to you guys too. Stay tuned. All right, I'm out.